Hey guys, today we try to understand how to modify strings. Previously, we have seen how we can slice strings to get a particular data out of those strings. So in Python, we know that string is immutable. So you cannot add or remove anything or append anything into the string, yeah, directly, which comes up with an error. Yeah. So since string is an immutable object, the one which can be modified in place, yeah, one created in the memory, yeah. Hence, unlike a list, any character in the sequence cannot be overwritten, nor can we insert or append the characters. However, we can use one of the following tricks as a workaround to modify the string. Yeah. So to modify a string, since string is a immutable object, unlike a list, any character in the sequence cannot be overridden. Yeah, so you need to remember that. So let's try to understand how we can convert a string to a list. Yeah, so if I have to modify anything in a string, I need to first convert it to a list. Yeah. Now, since both string and list objects are sequences, they are interconvertible. So I can convert a list to a string or a string to a list, both ways. Yeah. Hence, if we cast a string object to a list, it modifies the list either by you can modify the list either by inserting, appending, or removing. So what we are trying to do is find a workaround to modify a list, wherein I can insert, append, or remove a particular character or an item from that particular list. Yeah. So suppose I have a variable or called S1 and I have the value stored as word in it. Now I want to change this word to word by inserting L in between. So if I try to do this way, S1 equal to, uh, I'll say S1, we can slice a list, right? We have seen that. So if I try to do this way, it will come up with an error. S1, yeah, 0 to 3, yes, plus L. Let's see if it runs. So it is running. Yeah, it has given me O and L, just the one character. Yes, I've say S1, S1 dot 0 or S1 equal to S1 plus L. This will append something at the end. Let's see what happens. But in between, I won't be able to add anything. You see this? I was able to add L in at the end. But if I have to add something in between, it's very difficult. Yeah. So let me give you an idea. This is the original string. Usually in programming, what we do is we try to convert a string to a list first. Then what I'll do, I'll say convert this to a list. L1 equals to list of S1. So this way, I am converting a string to a list. Yes. Now I can insert anything in this list. So I'll say L1 dot insert. Yeah. Pre at the third position, comma L. Yes. Now I'll try to print L1. Yes. That would be a list. So let's see what is the output of till here now. So my original string was word. Yeah. Now this is what I've got in the form of a list, but I now need to convert it back to a string. So how do I do that? I'll again, as I said, we can again convert back those characters to string. How we can do that? By doing a join. So I'll again store S1 equals to join dot join. I have to join all the characters in a list L1, which was, and I'll say print modify string. So this is our new string. Yeah. So let's see what happens. Here we are. So my original item in of the string was word. Then we converted it to list and added L in it. Yeah. Suppose that we joined all the items within the list to get one word out of it by using join. Now this is one way of doing that, converting a string to word to modify things and all, string to list. But you can, there is another word by another way of doing it is by using array module. Yes. How do you do that? Now to modify a string, you need to construct an array object. Now Python standard library includes array module. We can have an array of Unicode type from a string variable. So what I can do is I can first I have to import array as AR. So I need to first import the library, which is the module. So I'll say import array as AR. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And I'll use the same code. So this is my original string. Okay. So this is my original string. The same thing that we did. Now we are converting it to an array. Yeah. So I'll say is equal to AR dot array. I'll say u, comma, S1. Yes. Now I have to get my third alphabet. That is dot insert in the array. that is 3 comma L. Yes. And again, I am converting. U was for Unicode. You must have remember that while we did for Unicode conversion. So again, to Unicode, yes. So I am converting my array to Unicode back, and then I am printing my new string, which is stored in S1. Let's run this. So see this? So we had the original word, we converted it to array, added the L alphabet, and then to again converted it to from the Unicode to get the final output, that was word. Yes. And the last method that we usually use list, but you need to know all the methods that we can use to uh, convert a string so that you can add, remove or append any kind of item to a string. Yeah. So you can use string input output class as well. So we first saw how we can convert a string to a list and get our desired output. Then we used array. The third method is by use array method, but the third option is by use of string input output class. So we need to first define this class. So we need to first import the input output library. Then we had original string which we had previously added. This is the new string. Sorry, original string was word. Let me copy it from above. Yes. Then we have the input output object that we are going to use, which we have taken the library from. So I'll say string IO. Yes. See, Google Colab is ultimately helping me to get my things in place, which you can refer to my uh, videos on Google Colab. So right now what I've done is I've got the input output string IO to initiate the variable. Then I am seeking the third object for from my variable SIO, which is the string input output. Then I am writing the required word which has to be added. Yeah. And since it's the third object is D, if you see word is 0, 1, 2, 3. So at the third object, which is D, I am adding LD. You cannot directly insert by using an input output object. You have to replace a current value. So again, I'll be storing the value. So get value from the input output. Previously, I have written the value. Yes, we have given the value to S1, and then we seek the third item from the string. Then we wrote LD to the same object. And now we are getting the value back to S1. Let's see the output now. Yeah, the same output. So we saw how we can modify string using various objects. Now Python IO module defines the classes to handle strings. Yeah. So the string IO class represents a text string using an in-memory text buffer. You need to remember that. Yeah. Uh, so it usually this string input output object obtained from a string behaves like a file object. Hence, we can perform read write operation on it. The get value method of string IO class returns a string. Yeah. So you need to be very careful while using the string IO. So we use three different ways in which you can You can modify a string for use in your programming languages or in your programming. Yeah. The mostly used method is the list method. This is the simplest one and it is widely being used so that it can help you to insert, append, remove. So you can use all kind of list functions to play around with the string. Yeah. Hope this helps you while modifying the string. Let's meet in the second next video to understand the string concatenation. Yeah. Thank you so much.